Overcoming addiction can be one of the hardest things that anyone can do in life. Would you all agree?
Yes.
And for those of you who don't understand addiction, there are billions of stories of people struggling with it, and the work that is involved in finding recovery is unbelievable. And that's what this podcast is about. It's about addiction and recovery, and as a raw look, because we have a lot of people here who are dealing with addiction. So welcome to another podcast of Odyssey House Journals. I'm Randall Carlisle, your host. Nicole Slack is the co-host. We are all in recovery, as is our guest, Andrea Kennedy. It's okay if I use your full name?
Yes, please.
Because I screwed it up already if it's not, right?
You're fine.
Okay. And the reason I say it's one of the most difficult things for people to do is if you're ever around people in recovery, you don't see a lot of people saying, wow, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'm glad I'm in a treatment program. I suppose unless you're in one of those 30-day programs where you have a masseuse and a private chef and those kinds of things. But what I have observed about Andrea is that you seem to be happy most of the time. You seem to spread happiness and joy wherever you go. Are you happy being in a treatment program?
See, and we do in our treatment program, we have exercises and assignments that help us realize that, we're putting up a mask. And that, for me, I've gotten really skilled at having a mask. And so my mask is to be projecting to others that I'm okay and that my life is good. And I'm going to focus on you and not me, so that I can help you, because that's my nature. I have empathy for a lot of people, and some people call that empath. But I want to take off, forget about my problems and focus on your problems so that I can heal you and not me. And that is a mask, and I'm very good at putting that mask on.
Well, you did a great job fooling me.
Being happy.
Yep.
But I will also help focus you and heal you so that you are happy, and that's a sincere skill to help you, because I have a skill in that. And so you will feel happy and you will feel helped, but at the same time, I won't let you know if I'm depleting and spiraling down to a dark spot, because I'm focused on helping you.
Do you think that you always knew that about yourself, or do you think that you were honestly just trying to help others?
I was just honestly trying to help others. That's my upbringing. I was raised, in a religion where that was really instilled to be very important, is that you focus on helping others. That's where you found happiness and joy to get through your problems. Well, that's great, and some people can do that, but I wasn't balancing. And so I think the problem led to I wasn't balanced. I'm not recognizing. Oh, now I am recognizing. Oh, I'm in big trouble. And now I don't know how to ask for help. I don't know who to go to.
Because you've played the part.
And there's no playing the tape forward, because I'm not sure what that tape is to play.
So do you worry, because I've seen you in meetings with other people who are in recovery, so do you worry, you worry more about them than you?
Absolutely.
And do you worry that if you express the fact that you're not up and happy like you appear to be all the time, that you're going to bring other people down?
No. I think that my appearance of being happy is a true expression. I am happy, because I'm focused on you and I see your need and I have a way of helping you, and that makes me happy. The problem is I'm not focusing on me, and that self-care, that is so vital. I'm not taking care of what I need to, and then my needs aren't being met and I'm putting me to the side, and then that takes me to different thought behaviors, which lead to different patterns, which lead to dark places and sadness. And I'm not necessarily breaking the law, and I'm not doing anything terrible, and I'm not really being sneaky. I'm just not doing things that, promote health and well-being in my mind, which leads me to take care of myself and be positive and confident. No, I'm not confident, but I'm not going to let you know I'm not confident.
Do you think that treatment has helped you?
Yes.
With all
Yes, I love Odyssey House. At first, I did not know what Odyssey House was about because
Neither does anyone else. So,
I have a niece that was doing an internship at Meadowbrook, and she is just a light. She's made a big difference at Meadowbrook, and people love her. But because of her, my sister-in-law and my brother were able to come and rescue me from North Ogden. I was living alone, deep in my addiction of alcoholism, and they rescued me. And they brought me here to Odyssey. And through Odyssey, all my life I've had therapy, and I haven't been an addict all my life. I've been an addict, and I'm proud to say I'm 55. I love being 55. Age isn't a problem. But my addiction has only been the past 8 years. But it's been a lifetime of brewing the perfect storm to lead to addiction because I wasn't, changing my behaviors and thought patterns.
what was it that led you to this pattern? Do you have past trauma or?
I have severe PTSD from abuse, and just
At an early
at
age?
an early age, just people took advantage of me sexually, and just bad experiences with bullying, which led me to taking on relationships with boyfriends and not choosing wisely to keep myself safe. I just thought this is what a normal boyfriend relationship is, which led me into abusive, bullying situations in marriages, to be taken advantage of, controlled, manipulated, which led to abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, neglect, and just that kind of mindset. And then trying to grow up religious, you're thinking, I can overcome this. I can endure this. I have to put up with this, and no, I don't. And that's what the tools that I learned through Odyssey House is. You don't have to live that way anymore. Here are some tools. We want you to try them out. And on these toddler legs, I'm going to walk, and I'm going to fall down, and I'm going to pick myself up, and I'm going to rethink, and I'm going to try a new way to overcome.
It's a hard journey, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've got to think more about self-care, making yourself happy.
Absolutely.
You don't have to make Nicole and me happy, or
No.
the people who are watching and listening to this podcast.
No, I
You
don't.
have to make yourself happy.
Yes. And that, it's not a selfish thing to put yourself first. That's what I'm learning in Odyssey House. That, you don't have to be in these dark places alone, spiraling down. And that this community is so welcoming, and they really care because they get it. They know. They've been in addiction.
We've all been there.
They've been in depression. They've been in rejection. They've been down this road.
Sure.
And I don't care. You can have school degrees up the wall. Decorate it all you want. If you can't, empathize and realize and say, hey, here's some tips. I see you are behaving this way, and I love you enough to reach out and say, you are not alone. You're not alone. And that's where I think I'm alone, and that I don't have anybody to reach out, and that's the lie. That's the lie. We tell ourselves in addiction.
Right.
It makes us isolate, and there's really no help out there. That's a lie. There is help out there, and that there are, I don't know, I don't have these deep friends, and I really don't have a good support system. That's a lie. And then you're going to find this out as you reach out and you talk. And that's what's so wonderful about the philosophy is that we see ourselves best in the eyes of the peer, because the peer can see, hey, you're in a mindset where everything's closed down. You're shutting down. We want to reopen up your mindset, rethink, put that on refresh, and let's just start again, you know?
Do you mind if we talk about what we talked about before the podcast started?
I don't mind.
Okay.
It's hard.
Well, this is
Hard
honesty,
things.
and we say this is sort of a raw and honest podcast. And Andrea relapsed just recent. How long ago?
4 days.
4 days, and she sent Nicole and me an email saying, "I'm not going to make it to the podcast. I don't deserve to do the podcast. I'm going to be booted out of our Jets group, which is a group of people who are succeeding very well in the program,
Yeah.
and basically saying I'm a piece of crap and I don't need to be there." And both of us, Nicole and I, what was our response?
They were very loving. They were very tender. And they were honestly, sincerely heartfelt, reaching out to me that I am not alone. And I don't have to believe lies. And all I have to do is reach out.
Yeah.
And they're reaching out their hand to me.
And that because you had
You can do this.
a slip up does not mean you're not worthy of anything. I mean,
But that's my frame. That's where I went, that dark place.
you want to just briefly, for people, the one thing I heard when I was in a program that really pissed me off when I was dedicated to sobriety, I'm going to stay sober. That's why I'm going through this program. And I heard one of the therapists say something like that, that relapse is part of recovery. Mm-hmm. And I thought, what a stupid thing to tell people who are in recovery that relapse is part of recovery. But it is. And I learned from a relapse. I relapsed. Have you ever relapsed? Never. Well, you did personally when you were telling yourself you wanted to stop drinking, and then the next day you started drinking again, which is sort of a personal relapse. Isn't it?
No, before I was trying to comfort you, but just trying to let her know, like, I can remember trying to quit alcohol a million times. And until I got to Odyssey, since Odyssey, I haven't relapsed.
Okay.
I'm not being like I haven't relapsed. I'm perfect. I think my relapses are different. I don't try to not drink. I try to control my depression daily. I work on that daily. If I isolate and all of that, I'm scared that I'll get back in the mindset of I don't want to be here anymore, which would cause me to drink and then.
Right.
So I work on that
which
daily.
you would allow to cause you to drink.
Yes.
It is.
I would justify
Yes,
that then I can drink.
The depression.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think I work on, maybe I've had depression relapses, where like it's day 2 and I haven't showered and I'm in a hat. And I'm just not wanting to leave my house and all that, where I'm like, oh no, why aren't my dishes done? And I'm treating that relapse, because that'll just lead to alcohol, which will lead to.
Yeah, I called her out on her hat one day because I said,
I saw that.
Oh, did you see that?
I saw that.
I shouldn't have said that. It was sort of a bad
hilarious.
comment.
It's fine.
I loved it. I love these vulnerable moments.
I think I just worried today with you that you were so down on yourself, like you weren't deserving of anything. And I'm so happy that you feel loved now and that you can reach out to other people, because you are loved and you bring so much to other people.
Yeah.
But we also want to bring it to you.
Thank you.
A relapse is not that way.
So describe in your mind, describe the relapse a little, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
What was going through your head and then what you did.
So my past is deeply rooted in trauma.
Right.
So I wasn't coping, but I was thinking that I was coping. Oh, I'm not isolating. Oh, I'm using my tools. I'm going to groups. I'm viewing and checking in on time. I'm calling and texting my family. I was heading for the relapse. And I couldn't see it, but other people could. But sometimes, please, if you're seeing people starting to show signs, reach out to them. So in group, they'll reach out. But maybe, if you're seeing me on the sidewalk, pull me aside and just say, hey, I can see the signs. I've been there. I've done that. I can see you are not in a good, safe thinking process. You're kind of shutting down. Mine were subtle. And so I'm thinking I'm doing X, Y, and Z when I'm really spiraling down.
I think I'm seeing it now from last Thursday.
Yes, my comments,
About-
my behaviors. Maybe I'm quiet. I'm super quiet when that's not my true nature. I'm not super quiet. And maybe you're not being social enough. Well, there's my sign. I'm withdrawing without isolating. There's a big difference between withdrawing and
Do you know
isolating.
what caused your relapse?
Yeah, it was trauma-based. And so I was my heart was breaking. Because of my addiction, my family was healthy enough to put boundaries on me to keep themselves safe, which I appreciate and I love them and respect them for those qualities. However, when a loved one shuts you down and you are not to have any more relations and communications with, I was in a dark spot. And so my trauma-based mind was not healthy. I also fight bipolar and ADD, which is a daily thing, can be. But also the PTSD, when it triggers, I'm going to be dealing with this issue the rest of my life. So do I say that I am drug-free, I'm cured for the rest of my life? No. I'm going to have trigger moments that will, if I'm not healthy and I can't reach out for help, I am going to relapse.
So
And that's the reality.
So 4 days ago, you had spiraled into a low. What did you do?
I just kind of went that defeatist mindset like you were sharing with me. I really am in a dark spot. I don't know how to handle this. My heart is breaking. I really don't want to bother people. I don't want to bother or burden anyone. I'm going to be okay. I can focus and I can deal with this on my own. No, I can't. I've got this and this to focus, and I'm helping these people, and I'm really thriving in these areas. But I'm neglecting myself. And I'm not in a place where I'm seeing you, because when I'm PTSD triggered, this is an example. I got on the bus, public transportation. Two of my people that I have in group were on there. Did I see him? No. What I saw was I was overwhelmed, shut down, put my earplugs in, focused. And I just was overwhelmed with the energy and the people in this bus. And so I walked right past them, stayed in my mindset, and I couldn't see them. And they had to literally crumple up a piece of paper, throw it at me. And I was like, oh, and now I can see you. If I don't have this community to help me, hey, here's this piece of paper. Wake up. We're here. I won't see you. And if you're talking to me and you think, I hear you, I can hear you, but am I listening? Am I able to engage?
Maybe it's just an adjustment from feeling alone and like you have to deal with everything by yourself to we are here and we're here to help you.
And I'm not going to get hurt.
After years of feeling so alone, maybe it'll just take time to feel like.
And I'm in a safe
lean on.
space to grow and speak. And then, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I think people need to be loved. I think they need to be approached with they aren't alone. And when they mess up and make a bad choice, there's the rippling effect. But it's part of the learning process. We're human. and we make mistakes.
So, in fairness to our listeners and viewers, you ingested a substance that is banned at Odyssey House, which was what?
It's kratom, Kratom.
Yes.
And that is a synthetic form of heroin.
And it's legal. You can buy
It's
it in
legal.
convenience stores. You can buy it in a whole bunch of places. So you did.
I did. And I didn't take it to my house, and I had a gummy in a public area and threw it right away, and my physical reaction was sick. I got physically sick.
To your stomach, or?
Yeah, and the headache, massive headache. And then I thought, oh, I just hurt myself. Oh, no. And then what did I do? And I was doing so well. And oh, no, everything's destroyed. And I went into that destructive mode thinking, oh, no. But it was one. And there's the justification and the rationalizing and, all these thinking errors, we call them, and I just...
And you were caught because of a urine drug test, right?
We do a drug test called a UA, and I kept thinking, well, it was just a little amount. It's really not going to go.
You were just super hoping.
I was super lying to myself.
You must have been dying 1,000 deaths after that.
And then, and
After you peed in the cup, it's like, what's going to happen next?
The way it was delivered was, and I loved it because it wasn't sugar-coated. It was like, this is what you did. This was what was in your UA, and there is no getting around it, and this is what's going to happen.
Well, how did you respond when who told you?
It was in group last night, and so the instructor...
So you're with a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the instructor told me, and she was honest, and she was blunt, and right to the point, which she should be, and she's doing her job, and I love her for it. And then what can you do? Well, some people I have seen backpedal and, oh no.
I didn't do that.
And then, so I just kind of just listened, and I was like, okay, in shock. And then I was like, just be honest. Just be honest. And then Nicole was so sweet to me. You made a mistake. So now she asked me the question, what are you going to do now? It's going to show your character. What your decisions you're going to make is going to help you move forward and not stay stuck and not feel like you have to retreat. Like, oh my God, I just fucked up. Oh, so, but anyway,
I think more than anything, they just don't define you, and you were seeing pretty defining things about yourself, and I was like,
and so
I mean, you're beating yourself up worse than anybody at Odyssey is beating you up.
Yeah, but that's something I'm going to have to work on, is that, building up my self-esteem and realizing, I have people around me that really care. And you know what? That means the world, because a lot of people are lonely out there and they don't feel or hear that enough. And I love this. I don't know who it was, but I saw it on YouTube. And the man printed up something positive, and he went to a concert, and he got so much reaction because he was just basically telling people they were loved on his T-shirt, and they read it, and they felt a certain way about it, and they just wanted to be known that they were loved and cared for, and it opened everybody right up. They just want to be loved, heard, understood.
The reason people tell us in treatment is that relapse is part of recovery, is to hopefully learn from relapse. What have you learned, and where are you going to go from here?
What have I learned is that, if I am starting to show signs that I am relapsing, that I need to reach out, no matter how subtle. And that, I don't know it all, and it's okay, and I'm going to make mistakes, and that's all right. I'm going to be all right. And that, I can learn from this, and that, there is help and tools out there to help me change. And change is possible, and just, to the loved ones out there, that if a loved one is choosing a wrong, and they're relapsing, just love them. Just be there for them, And if they reach out to you, for love and, help, that will open up the world, because we'll open up to you and we won't keep things from you, and just being there for us. You don't have all the answers. And you
Nobody
won't.
does.
And you won't. But, love goes a long ways. And just not being critical or judgmental or, pushing us away will make a difference.
Do you think this will make you a stronger person
Absolutely.
in recovery? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Well, I hate to say it was worth it then, if it will. But,
Yeah. And I hate to say this too, addiction isn't always in such a negative, because my addiction has opened up relationships because they could see how desperately I needed them. And that people that didn't really necessarily want to approach me are approaching me now. And that there was a real need. And there was a real, they could help me. And they did. And so doors and avenues will open up for people. And that's where the change comes, and it makes a difference,
You talk a good game. Do you think you can persuade yourself that you're worth recovery and worth love?
That comes in time. And like I said, I'm on those toddler legs now. I had my fall. So a good friend of mine, and I love her to pieces, good energy, she told me this morning, I just loved her outreach, was, okay, so what's the parent going to do when the toddler falls down? Are they going to go, oh, you fell down? Nope. They're going to come and say, hey, let's get up. And then maybe we could take a nap, and then we'll come and try that again. And let's just take a little break, and then we'll try it again.
But they never say, don't try walking again.
You fell.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah.
No. And so that's what I'm experiencing. And so hopefully I can build that self-confidence. I can recognize these signs, use the program, reach out. I'm not alone. I am loved. I am possible. Possible.
And you know what else? We're a therapeutic community, so we rely, as you well know, on peer support. Okay? I think you are now more qualified to offer some positive peer support based on your experience.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And you know what? In the philosophy, too, it talks about I have to learn to love myself before I can love other people. And this experience is going to teach me I need to love myself before I can love other people, because I can love other people, but I wasn't loving myself.
I was going to say, it's easier for you to love other people than yourself.
So if I take a moment back, I had a little setback, I reframe my thinking, and then I say, you know what? I am going to take this time, and I am worth it. And I am going to refocus and rethink and make these thoughts be positive.
And I think it's important to know that you're going to cycle through that, right?
Yes.
You're going to probably judge yourself again, and then have to pull yourself out, and then
like I
judge
said,
yourself
with
again, and it's
PTSD,
pulling yourself out that matters.
Yeah, with PTSD, you're going to have those waves come back.
Right.
And I just have to know I will choose not to do this when this happens, because it's going to happen. You can't say it's not going to happen. It's so not true. So.
You will succeed. We have
I
faith
will.
in you.
And, yeah.
It's sort of like that old Saturday Night Live skit where they look in the mirror and they say, you are
Jordan.
loved. You are, you know what I mean? Yeah. So keep doing that when you look in the mirror, because you are loved by a lot of your peers.
And then somebody was trying to make me say, put out into the universe positivity, and then that's going to come back to you. So I'm going to say positive, things to myself, and yeah.
Thank you for being so honest.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your feelings. And I really do believe that if somebody watches this, it will help other people going through the exact same thing you are.
Yes.
So
I hope so.
thanks, Andrea.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicole.
Of course.
Good to see you, Nicole.
You too.
And thank you for watching and listening to another edition of Odyssey House Journals.